Yeah, g'day, Brad from KLR Automotive. Now, just a quick one today. I want to talk about grease nipples, and particularly grease nipples on uni joints. Now, there was a time decades ago where every motorist owned a grease gun, and it was almost a weekend or a monthly job to get under your own car with your own grease gun and grease everything. I can remember as a kid doing the front end of Dad's Holden Ute. I think it had 14 grease nipples, and that got done every weekend. Now, for Land Rover owners though, those days aren't quite gone, and as vehicles have become more road orientated, there's less and less grease nipples than there used to be. But your Defenders, your Discoveries, even your old Range Rover Classics, they've still got grease nipples on your prop shaft uni joints, and some of them have also got grease nipples on your tyre ends. So let's have a closer look. For those of you who don't know, this is a grease nipple, and most prop shafts have probably got 3, sometimes more, but one for each uni joint and one in the middle, and we'll come back to this one shortly because that's a little bit of a problem. Now, the grease does 2 jobs. Most people understand that the purpose of the grease is to lubricate the uni joint, and what I've got here, for those who haven't seen the inside of one before, pop that seal off there. They're little needle roller bearings, and you can see the ends of them there, so there's probably 40 odd or something in there. They need to be lubricated because they roll back and forth as the uni joint does this. So they're taking the load, and it's important they're lubricated so they don't wear prematurely. But that's not the only job that the grease does. The second job, and for many of us, particularly the off-roaders there, the most important part is when you're pushing new grease in here, you're pushing out any dirt, mud, water, debris, sand, whatever might be getting past that seal, you're flushing that out. So there's only fresh grease in there, and that's the best thing you can do to ensure the longevity of these little uni joints. Now, let's have a look at what happens when we push some new grease in here. Oh, see that? That's actually, that's quite a bit of water coming out, and you can also see at the top there some old red grease from, actually that's from old grease guns that we used to use. But you can see there that that's given a good flush. We had a bit of water come out as well. So that's exactly what we want that grease to do. We've got fresh grease in there, we've pushed out, there was a bit of water, there's a bit of mud, there's a bit of old grease as well that's come out. That's exactly what we want to happen. Now, one thing I'll just quickly show you, we modify our grease guns to make life a little bit easier. If you can just see on the end of that nozzle, we've ground either side off here to give it almost a bit of a V shape. Now, the reason we do that, if you have a look down in here, see the way that grease nipple sits down and you've got the seal on either side? That's forming a bit of a valley that fits into, and so grinding these off makes access to that much, much easier. Now, some grease nipples can be quite hard to get to, and modifying your coupling may not actually get you out of trouble, but you've got another couple of options up your sleeve. First one is grease nipples are available in different sizes, different lengths, different angles, so it may be an option to replace a grease nipple to something that's a little bit easier to access, particularly if you're doing this regularly, which incidentally you should be. But your get out of jail free card is actually one of these. And this is just simply a needle adapter to go into existing grease gun coupling. So grease nipple at this end, this is a needle at the other end. It just simply hooks onto your grease gun and the coupling goes up there, and I'll shoot this out of, it just basically a squirt of grease, sit that on your nipple and it does the same job. So these are incredibly useful for reaching into those hard to reach places and getting into those nipples that normally you can't get to. Okay, that's uni joints basically done. Now, some of you may also have tyre ends that have got grease nipples in them. We're starting to see this quite a bit with the aftermarket ones. Same principles apply. Grease is for lubrication, but it's also flushing any dirt and what have you out. So same deal, pump fresh grease in here. Eventually you'll see, well, dirt, water, whatever's in there, but clean grease coming out past this seal here. Very important to do. Don't forget about these. Now, I did talk about a little problem that we need to address, and if you have a look here, this is a grease nipple that's actually been broken off. It might have hit a stick or something like that. That little spring there is a little one-way ball that holds the grease in, and all that's left behind is a broken bit of thread. Now, this is actually one of the few places where those horrid easy outs will actually work. They're pretty good at getting those out of there. New grease nipple goes in and problem solved. So there we have it. It is actually a pretty simple job, and one that all of you can do. As far as the type of grease to use is concerned, pretty much anything. Extreme pressure grease is the ideal, but a wheel bearing grease will do the job. Moly grease will do the job as well. Doesn't matter, if you got it, use it. Get yourself a grease gun. There's all sorts of different ones on the market. There's even cordless ones now. Go crazy, whatever you like the look of, and use it. That's the most important thing, use it. How often should you be doing this job? Well, really, if you go for a weekend of mud plugging and you get water, mud, dirt, sand, whatever, and over any of these components, grease them when you get home. Push all that crud out, and you are going to be extending the life of these expensive components.